So every time I've come here to do this presentation or a presentation, I've never used the clicker, and I'm going to use it this time. So just for shits and giggles. But we did this presentation, so a little bit about monetize and ad media. We've been around since 1998. We started as a search engine optimization tool for publishers, which allowed us to build out a platform, which I'm not selling you the platform today, but we do have a full stack platform. We have an SSP, we have a DMP, and we have monetization tools that we can build into publishers with Contextual, deep links and that type of stuff. But going back to our roots, which is search, we started out as, again, a search engine monetization. I'm going to bring up a couple of points. Now that Google is maybe falling apart, don't come down on, that could happen, But now that they're kind of, loosening up the strings, there's alternatives for publishers to make a lot of money on search and contextual and, real integrated integration with your audience and, intent to buy and all of that. So that's where this presentation came from. We did this at Possible about a month ago, and it went over really big. It was done with Macy's, one of our biggest clients. So, so the session overview is the evolution of search and shopping, which shopping is becoming a big piece of media buys with Walmart and Target and all of the retail channels that are out there. Changes to the search landscape, which is happening every day with AI and everything that we're trying to grapple with on a daily basis. We'll go through some predictions and trends of which I didn't write, but I'm going to repeat them because they sounded good at Possible. And all of this is net new revenue for publishers. So if you're going to add search and you're going to really monetize and optimize to search, then it's going to be net new revenue for you. So this is an interesting little, some of you may not remember any of these brands, but this is a little history of search. And you'll see exactly the shift that got rid of a lot of big names, a lot of billion-dollar companies, and then Google took over. So we're going back and just pretty interesting chart. And all of a sudden, in about 96, all of a sudden everybody disappears and then Google comes into play. And so what Google is doing is they're taking a tremendous amount of revenue from publishers for search, amongst other things, and brands. So what we want to do is give the publisher more revenue with our direct brand budgets that we can connect you with, and then connect that through to your audience. And again, that converts on intent to buy. It's a CPC model, not a CPM model. Although we do have an SSP called advertising.com, which Quentin over here, my colleague, runs, and so we can do any number of ad tech executions. But I won't bore you anymore with that because Google just keeps getting bigger and everybody just disappears. So what are we asking for, publishers to and brands to do is diversify their budgets beyond Google. You can get 2 times the ROI because of our direct brand relationships if you work with us at Monetize. There's the type of search you have lists, the AI powered, you have dynamic search, you have conversational search, you have social media search. It's a plethora of things that you need to navigate that we can help you do. So I'll make it very simple there. Rethinking digital advertising, you can see this chart. It's showing, where traditional search is going and the amount of money and revenue that's out there. There's a tremendous amount of it. And I don't think publishers, I'm a former publisher, as John said, publishers don't think about search. In fact, 80% of the people in this room, if I said, what are you doing in search? You're going to say, we don't really have search. But if you build search, then they can come. And your audiences will absolutely respond to it. The data revolution everyone's going through. So now you have zero-party data, which is direct. You have first-party data, second-party, third-party. We deal only in first-party data and zero-party data. So anything in our DMP, which is 350 million first-party user IDs, it's all first-party data. So we have opt-in from everybody on the list, and we can help build out, brand audiences and bring that to your audience. High-performing diversified channels. 65% of product searches start outside of Google. Keep that in mind because a lot of you are still working with Google. And 75% of display ad spend occurs outside of Google. So again, if Google's in the room, and they probably are, I hope I don't get struck down by lightning, but there's other ways around working with Google, and we want you to do that through us. Predictions for this year, you have retail shift, and that's a tremendous shift that's going on. Retail media is growing exponentially, whereas mainstream display media is not growing that well. So everybody's grappling with how do you fit in there. You have AI, you have the user experience through shopping and how they engage with brands and how the brands are able to capture the share of voice there. Smarter supply chains, obviously this is more for retail media and retail outlets, things like that. Inflation is obviously something that everyone's grappling with. Right now, tariffs, again, are something that everybody's grappling with. Love them or hate them, they're there. And so you have a lot of challenges as to how you get pure revenue into your stream. And that's what we want to help you with. Search and shopping emerging trends. AI is obviously everything. People search using voice, images, and chat. Big retailers like Amazon are creating their own ads and their own ad networks, and you're competing with all of that in the publishing arena. There's a lot of privacy concerns with search and publishing entities, so we can help you sort of optimize through that maze and maze. And that's a bright light back there, by the way. I think I'm getting a suntan. Key takeaways: diversify away from Google will make you more revenue. We can help you do that, and that's with search, contextual, and native. We have more tools than we can possibly throw at you, but we'll keep it high level right there. It's scalable across all channels, so it's an omni-channel direct platform. And real-life case studies, we can bring those to you as well. And everything would be, again, outside of the Google universe and those things that you know. I used the clicker, John, and I'm done. Thank you.